ኣናስታስያ
Today I'll be presenting a short summary of Matthew 25, verse 14 to 35. In Matthew 25, verse 14 to 35, Jesus is telling a parable to his disciples. And in this parable, there are three servants, and there's one master. And this master is going to leave for a long period of time. He's going to leave his servants. So he decides to give the servants talents. He gave one servant 5 talents, he gave one servant 2 talents, and he gave only the one servant 1 talent. He gave them the talents to their abilities, because some of them they wouldn't bear fruit. He told them to bear fruit at the end of this long period of time. When he comes back, he expects them to have more than they already had, that he had given them. So this master, he left, and when he left, the servants, they had to now make most of what they had. So the one who had 5 talents, he worked hard and invested his money invested his talents to get 10 talents, double what he already had. And the one who had 2 was the same. But the one who had 1 was lazy and did not want to work anything of what he had. So he decided to hide his Lord's talents under the soil until he comes back, and then he'll give it back to him. So the Lord came back. The master, he came back after the long period of time. Then he asked all of them, "What have you done with the gifts I have given you?" And the ones who had 5 and the ones who had 2, they gladly showed their fruits that they had bore to their master. Then the master told them, "Good of you, you faithful servants. You have done me good." But when he went to the one who had only 1 talent, he ended up not gaining anything. And he called him a lazy and unfaithful servant. We learned that, what I learned from this, and what I hope everyone will learn from this, was that everyone, it's not only those in the story, but everyone gets different talents for their own abilities. Whether it might be education, higher education, whether it might be having money, whether it might be even having 2 legs and 2 arms, we can use these gifts that we were given, these distinct and holy gifts that we were given by God, to glorify Him in every way possible. And by these gifts, we can use our higher education to teach more people about God, to get people closer to God. And if we have money, we can use that for helping the poor, for helping the needy. This shows that it's just our duty to find what our talents are, what our gifts were given by God, and use them to glorify Him. We also learn that it's a requirement to serve God through our talents. It's not an option, because these talents we were given, it's not ours. We did not get them by ourselves. We have no involvement in getting them, because it was not us who got them. It was God. God did give it to us. We don't have any significance without God's talents. But God was the one who gave us significance, because He gave us these talents. And now we should glorify Him even more, because of how much He loved us to give us talents even. If we use these talents for our personal gain instead of using them for God's glorification, we instead of getting honored in the end times, we get even more punished, because we would be considered as thieves of God's glory, thieves of God's talents. It would be a waste of talent, in fact. And it also talks about, in the parable, it talks about how the master left for a long period of time. And in the end, he came back to judge, to see his servants and how they have, what they have done with his talents. This is very relevant in today's world, because as it says in the entire book of Revelation, Jesus will come back down and judge us all with what we have done with our talents. And he will ask us, have you used the higher education I have given you to glorify me? Have you given alms to the poor? Have you done whatever you could in your power through my gifts to glorify me? And we should all have a proper answer instead of stuttering, or instead of saying, I do not have time, or other people hated me. Other people hated Jesus too, but you know what he did? He ends up having to die because we were sinners. And in the same way, it would be a waste to just lose these gifts for our own personal gain, because God gave them to us. And when he asks you, we should say, and when he asks us, we should be able to say that we have used these gifts that you have given us, you have used these talents to make you seem higher in this world. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Amen.
እግዚአብሔር ልዑል ይባረክካን ይቀድስካን ብጥበብ ጸጋ ብቁመት ይዕበኻ ዝተማሃርናዮም ልብና ይሕድረን
ኣናስታስያ